knows and sees it all.
When a UFO, hello everyone, goes across the horizon, it does not go upwards in the sky like that. When the launches happen and we see the rocket disappear from our eyes with the frickin' satellites, do you think the satellites are going to reappear lifting up from tree lines? When UFOs, or both of them, even satellites, if you want to believe they are, because we can't film satellites, when they're going by, they go by on the horizon, either away or towards you. They don't lift up from the ground and directly rise up in the sky and then disappear. I showed you all satellite trains, 2 of them, large ones, and they were a lot smaller than this. But the disbelievers are going to be shitting in your pants when you see what I'll be getting as of now. Look it up yourself. You saw the date I posted this. Go to Salaberry to Valleyfield between 8 and 10 o'clock all those days, and just look how many satellites are going by. Maybe you'll understand. UFO lights are usually not acting like they're acting right now. Like seeing these just over the houses. That's not the same one, by the way. These are other lights coming across really low. I'm getting them with the infrared. We cannot see them with the naked eye, and they're very hard to see. Use your common sense, guys. These lights started together. They were side by side on the surface. Why are they separating now? You know satellites don't do that. I watched every single Starlink launch that has ever occurred, all of NASA's launches as of 2016, and obviously the satellite trains do not do that. In a satellite train, you see them side by side. Now watch one appear behind this one here. There it is. So they're going to stay together as they cross in the sky. You know that. I mean, you could try as hard as you can to pretend that you think you're going to make me mad if you tell me otherwise. I mean, people know. Here it is separating. Satellites don't do that. Somebody said, yes, satellites can move. Try to be honest in life. Satellites move. It takes ages for them to change trajectories for debris. They don't fly around over China and Canada and other countries there. Okay? Satellites are on the same trajectory as they drift, because they're never on the same trajectory in reality. They're on the same trajectory, always drifting. And when you see UFO lights separating themselves like that, it's because they're UFOs. Because satellites do not separate in the sky quick enough for you to see it as it's going by in 5 seconds. Impossible. We can see the helicopter right there slowing down, and we can tell by the speeds of them, because there are helicopters here, of course. It's flashing, so I'd assume it's a helicopter, right? There's a UFO on each side of it, one going towards face to face with it, and one the plane is actually, or the helicopter is actually following and watching rise up over the field, forest, and hydro wires. I'm not alone watching this, but not many of us are. You got the government and me. Nobody else knows.
There's one.
Most of you understand what I'm saying. Satellite trains are side by side. Now watch them separate. You see that satellite train there that were together. They took off together. Now it's going over to the right at higher speeds. You'll even see one leave into the depth of field. You got to understand that they're not just crossing the sky. Here, 4 lights lift up at the same time. They're trailing each other like a trailer, almost, not quite, side by side, like one behind the other, and then we see them lifting up beside them, and they all go in different directions. One going right, one going up, and one going left. They're all different directions. And that big bright ball of light, I showed you in the video, I didn't even mention to you all that it's going to fly into the depth of field. You're not seeing them fly across, and sometimes you do. And when you see a light fly across the sky, you don't know where it's from. It's just a light flying across the sky. When you see them like this coming up from very low and very bright, well, you know it is not a satellite. I confirm it to you. And you watch that big light there on top there, which the other one's going to disappear, by the way. I mean, there's one following it. One's going to get brighter, 2 on the bottom, or maybe not. You never know. They never do the same thing. So watch this. As it's going up into the sky, I'm noticing, like obviously I'm focusing there, you can see the energy ball is at its maximum. So they charge themselves up, these UAPs and UFOs, to leave this physical world literally. And that's what we're going to see, because you're going to see a rapid movement of it. And there, it's going to start very soon. Watch it. It's going to go into the depth of field, back into the depth of field. Now, I was off screen. Sorry, I'm over top looking for other UFOs. And then it does this to me. And it does it quickly. It's flickering, and I even said it in the video, it's fluttering. It's moving across the sky, and then it starts getting smaller and moving further away real quickly. Watch it, Gaines. There you go. I just showed you a UFO leaving in the sky. Literally. Watch it again, and you'll see the speed change and everything. And there it is. You obviously see it's going into the depth of the screen. I was able to show that. I'm going to show it to you again. Understand that it's crossing over to the right, but then you see it going out into the depth of field. Let's look at it close up. You'll see it's going over to the right, right? Sure, but then it's going to start going backwards and leaving. There it is, getting smaller. It's literally going through some tunnel there, and boom, disappears. I'm surprised there are not hundreds of people telling me, Bruce, they're separating. Satellites do not go by in the sky side by side like that and separate quickly and change positions in the sky. And look here, you watch. They're separating immediately upon launch, but they were side by side, stuck together. And I'm going to show you more examples of that. I was never able to film that myself, but it's like people are probably not going to understand and see the differences. I don't understand why. It's quite simple to understand what's going on. So all these lights, and some of them even flared up. You watch here, one's going to cross over there. So they're literally changing positions in the sky, flaring up. Don't forget, satellite trains are not that big. You don't see them that close. So spread the word, y'all. Satellites don't come back down lower than when they were launched. You see a satellite train come over the horizon because of the sun and reflecting and refracting off of their mirrors, but they turn the mirrors away from Earth, thus not causing any refractive problems. But a satellite train, like both the ones I showed you, only lasted a little while, and the trajectory in the sky was an upwards trajectory. They always will be, my Canadian friends, for those here in Canada. It's because not everybody has filmed a satellite train, but when you do, you'll know that what I'm showing you are not satellites. Here's another good example. They're rising up from the surface together. You'll never see. I guarantee you won't be able to ever film it. Ask anyone who films UFOs and satellites. You won't see them separate like that, isn't it? More live visual proof. Watch them. Two of them side by side right now are following each other right in the center of the tree. See, they're both following each other. They should remain together, right? Because they just appeared supposedly over the horizon. They're not. They're leaving the surface, guys. And you're going to see them separate. None of you will ever be able to show me a video of you filming satellites separating themselves in the sky. I guarantee you. I'd love to see any of you try. Get this proof out there. Now there's a third one involved. And you see the interaction and the movements where they're both together, those lights. They're charging up, both of them, and they're going to change positions. Watch this one. One of my favorites. As they form, the smaller one on the left is going to go to the head, the front of them, and they're going to form like a triangle formation as they're flying. You watch this. Pretty cool. And again, you could go outside with your infrared camera and try to catch them, and try to see what's going on in the sky. But I guarantee you, me, myself, I've not seen them react like this. It's only the past few days, that they've been doing this. And there it is now with a triangular formation as all three of them disappear. Satellite trains don't do that, my friends. They all disappear together and they flicker. There's one there going up. Will it become 3 again? 4? This is getting cool. I think it prayed for us. Thank you. Very nice. Very different characteristics this evening. Stop for us? Could you do that for me? I sound nuts. They're lifting up so low from the ground. And if we go forward and backwards here, which I always love doing, it's always better to see them. You see how they they appear together. And then there's a complete separation. There's the lighting up of them. And this happens in only seconds as you see this, alignment of them all and stuff. It's almost hilarious. So let's bring them back down to see how low exactly they go down to the surface. So imagine that. Look how they're all separated, and look how all of a sudden they get lined up here as they're launched. As they're launched from the ground, they're launched together. Like bullets. You shoot two bullets together, they're together and they separate, right? Thank you very much for the support to this channel. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions, and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are landing on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming